Hi, I'm Tony Spine at Hillside Christmas Tree Farm, and today I wanted to talk about another pest that a lot of farmers have issues with and dealing with in growing Christmas trees, and that is the balsam twig aphid. So to get started, we'll take the reading from the Christmas Tree Pest Manual and see what they have to say. This will cover scouting, damage, what to look for, kind of control options, what to do in your next crop. So let's kind of get to that page. So the Christmas Tree Pest Manual says, the hosts are balsam fir, Fraser fir, and other true firs. Importance: balsam twig aphids feed on sap of swelling buds and developing needles early in the season. This feeding reduces needle growth and causes needles to curl and become distorted. Needles outgrow most of the curling during the summer. Severe infestations can reduce tree appearance. Look for July to March: curled and stunted needles from the previous year, shoots that may appear twisted and silvery. April to early May: newly hatched nymphs on or near the maturing buds. Newly hatched nymphs are white or yellow and may be on the underside of the previous year's needles, usually within 2 inches of buds. May: as buds swell and begin to break, feeding causes the needles to curl and appear to wrap around the shoot. White, woolly wax and honeydew may be seen on the needles. May to June: green-winged and wingless aphids covered in a powdery wax may still be seen on the expanding current year shoots. Bees, wasps, and ants may feed on the honeydew. Adult and larva lady beetles, lacewings, and larvae of syrphid flies, also hoverflies or flower flies, may be seen feeding on aphids. Biology of aphids. Overwintering eggs hatch in spring, and nymphs quickly mature into a stage called stem mothers. Each stem mother produces 20 to 40 offspring. These aphids feed on sap in tender current year needles and are the only stage that causes appreciable damage. They eventually mature into winged adults and may disperse to other trees. A final generation in mid to late summer will produce an overwintering eggs but do little feeding. Monitoring and control. Evaluate the extent of damage in autumn or early spring before bud break. Check upper, mid, and lower canopy shoots. Determine whether damage warrants application of an insecticide. Studies have shown that damage from balsam twig aphid did not affect Christmas tree customers at Choose and Cut farms or wholesale buyers until at least 30% of the shoots have been damaged. If an insecticide application is needed, target the stem mothers for control. The ideal time to spray is after stem mothers have hatched but before their offspring begin to feed. In spring, scout previously damaged trees to determine if stem mothers have hatched. Use a wooden dowel and wrap mid-canopy shoots over a small black cloth. Black cloth held in embroidery rings works well. If the white to greenish stem mothers are present, they will be readily visible. Sample aphids on both the south and north facing sides of trees. Monitoring degree days accumulation can also help with effective spray timing. See Table 1, page 22 for degree day information. Spraying trees after the current year needles have begun to curl has little effect on damage or aphid numbers. Avoid spraying trees or surrounding vegetation with insecticides when helpful aphid predators are present. Balsam twig aphid may be more likely to infest species or individual trees that may break bud early. Many balsam fir varieties break bud before Fraser fir trees. Prioritize early bud-breaking trees for scouting and monitoring. Trees that generally break bud later can often be retained until they reach a larger size. Nitrogen fertilizer applied in spring tends to increase aphid numbers. Next crop: conserve beneficial predatory insects that prey on aphids by providing vegetation, including flowering plants, along field borders. So that's what the Christmas Tree Pest Manual has to say. If you go on to, in the description, there's a link to some MSU helpful guides, and in there they talk about a little more The control window, again, we saw they talk about degree days. The target for balsam twig aphid is between 100 and 140, growing degree day base 50. And in Michigan, that's, mid-April to kind of throughout May. As you can see, there's a lot of different control insecticides that are available. One thing that I have also heard of people doing is purchasing ladybugs to throw out in the field and increase kind of the predatory insects and beneficial insects. Me personally, I've never treated for balsam twig aphid. I've seen the damage, but it's not enough to warrant me controlling. It is only in our balsam trees, I've noticed. Our canons break bud much later, and that it seems to be out of their target window by then, or they haven't migrated or evolved to handle those trees. So I haven't seen them in canon. I've only seen them in our balsam trees. And again, just like it's shown, you're looking for those curling needles. So, yeah. All right. That's it on the balsam twig aphid, and thanks for watching.